Good morning and welcome. Happy Monday. Monday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to get your week off to a good start. And again, I kind of smirked when I looked at the card for today. As I was shuffling the deck, a different card popped up that I thought, ooh, I wonder if this will be the one that actually gets drawn. And it was not, but it fit in with our recent themes. Good morning, Gwen. You're the first one here today. Welcome, welcome. But this second card also fits well. So the first card that did not get drawn out of the deck, good morning, Abigail. Glad you're here. Welcome. Was energy. And my friend Diane said to me yesterday in a text message that everybody she talked to yesterday was lamenting how tired they were. And I actually started feeling better better yesterday afternoon. Good morning, Joe Neal. Welcome. I'm trying to say too many things at once. Better yesterday afternoon than I had felt in the morning. So I think I'm on the upswing here. And you know what actually caused the shift? Digging in the dirt. I gardened. I weeded all the flower beds around the whole house. And then I did where the tomatoes are. And digging in the dirt, started feeling better. And that will all resonate really well with today's card. Good morning, Cheryl. Welcome, welcome. So anyway, energy was the card that I wondered if we were going to get today. But a different card is the card that actually showed up for us. Spot on. You've been tired for a few days as well. Yes. So I think we need to honor that we are feeling tired. And I don't think it's just you. I think it's kind of across the board. Good morning, Ruth Ann. We're going through some kind of an energetic dip. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you are here. I don't know if it's Lionsgate related or what it is, but breathing into it, acknowledging it, allowing it to be, doing the good things for yourself that you need to do to help when you feel that way. Good morning, Joe Bell. All kinds of people popping on here this morning for today's word, which is simplicity. Simplicity. Good morning, Janine. Welcome, welcome. We're up to 9 people already. This is awesome. So most of us, so we drop back to 8. That's my favorite number. Infinity, infinity. So prepping for this card, and pay attention to, do you have a reaction to that word? Good morning, Cindy. I was wondering where you were lurking. Good morning, Peggy. You as well. You guys are usually here first thing, so glad you're here. Sometimes I don't think the names roll in the order that people show up. They just kind of, whenever Facebook a bot decides to cough your name up, it does. Good morning. Let's see, who else did we just have there? Mel. That's my test. When you roll past, can I hang on to who was here? Oi. Anyway, let's start with the breath. And let's do some tapping on the chest. We'll get things going here. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more right here, right now. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And now I want you to switch to the monkey spot. Let's get our lymphatic system working today. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Drop your shoulders back. Feel the tightness let go in the middle of your back. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And now one more round on the collarbone spot. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And now last on Tarzan. In through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, shake off your hands. And there we are. A little more present, a little more connected, a little more aligned. Fabulous. Awesome, awesome. So, as some of you who know my card decks very well realize, that card that I showed you, Simplicity, is from the Soul Coaching deck, What Your Soul Wants You to Know by Denise Lynn. That woman is prolific. She gets so much content out there, and just, I love her soul. So let me show you. Simplicity. One little table, one little bud vase, one little flower. Simplicity. And it says, deep, profound serenity is expanding in my life. Because that's what simplicity affords us. is serenity. When we don't have all this stuff to manage, whether it's literal stuff, whether it's activities, whether it's locations, when we have less of that to attend to, we can move into that place of stillness much more easily. So keep breathing deeply and easily. See what resonates for you here. If there's a sentence that resonates for you, type it in the feed. Put it up for everybody to see. The card meaning, simplicity. Do what matters and release the rest to find peace, grace, and stillness. Do what matters and release the rest. Clear internal and external clutter. So it can be thought processes that we need to get rid of also. Your soul wants you to know one of the fastest ways to align with the tranquil vibration of the Creator is through simplicity. One of the fastest ways to align with the tranquil vibration of the Creator is through simplicity. A busy life and the accumulation of more than you need creates static. It can be difficult to hear the voice of God when there's mental chaos in your life. Create time to rest and rejuvenate. That was my digging in the dirt yesterday. Worked incredibly well. Plants are happy, I'm happy. Weeds may not be so happy, but on we go. Clear the clutter in your home, the files in your computer, and the drawers at work. And that was interesting. Yesterday I was working on clearing books because I have massive stacks of books. So I'd come up with the idea of returning a bunch of them to Thrift Books, who will buy them back and then resell them. Interestingly, and I think this might be the simplicity piece, most of the books I offered them back, they had enough of in stock, so they don't need them. So to me that says, okay, I'm gonna be heading across the street to the little free library and just stuffing them in there and moving on. And I like thinking about that because when I was a kid, reading was one of my ways of escaping. Reading was one of my ways of learning about a life that was much more expansive than the life I was living. Reading was my way of learning about all the different things, aspects of life, lives people had lived, etc. I loved reading. I know there are kids over at that school, and it's a pretty disadvantaged school, kitty corner across the street from us, who are just like I was. And so to put some books over there for them to have access to, I think is going to be very helpful. So fun ones, maybe some of the Tony Robbins books, because he came from nothing and now, can't even capture his worth, financial worth, or his worth to the world, because that man has given back, raised people up out of poverty, helped people who had dire circumstances. So I think I'll put a handful of books over there. We'll see what happens. I think it'll be cool. And I like thinking about that. That feels good. I wonder what kid is going to pick what book and how it's going to change the trajectory of their life. Love it. Okay, moving on. Create time to rest and rejuvenate. Clear the clutter in your home, the files in your computer, and the drawers at work. Even a small amount of this cleansing can make an immense difference. The reason I think that is the universe works with us again. When the universe sees that we are sincere about clearing space, the universe rises up and does stuff in that regard for us also. So I may go put some books over there, and the next day they may all be gone, and so I may have more space to clear more books. Who knows? Who knows? You may be selling something on Facebook Marketplace, and someone buys it and just casually mentions, yeah, I've been really looking for an X and haven't found one that works. Well, I have one. Come on in the house. I'll show you my whatever, and you sell that also. Who knows, right? Create a feeling of simplicity and know God's grace. There we go. Yes, clearing things out makes me feel lighter. Yes. Makes me feel accomplished, Makes me feel like I'm blessing things on their path, on their way to whomever they're going to bless next. Fabulous. Why should they be languishing here, not feeling used, loved, valued, etc., when they can be in the hands of someone who can utilize them and appreciate them? Create a feeling of simplicity and know God's grace. Affirmation: deep, profound serenity is expanding in my life. Deep, profound serenity is expanding in my life. So I want to take a few ideas from my clutter clearing course that I have on my website that people can purchase at any point and go through at any pace that works for them. There we go. Thank you, Cindy. And you can revisit year after year after year. Good morning, Linda. But that was such a profound process that I led that group of people through, and just amazing progress, changes, healing, etc. from that. But let's just pick a couple of the ideas. So you could do one item a day for a week. Clear one item a day for a week. Whether you drop that off at St. Vincent de Paul, whether you gift it to somebody who's always admired it, whatever you do with it, one item a day for a week. You could also do the one that comes from Marla Cilley's book, Cilley, which is also known as The Fly Lady. It's called Sync Reflections. That was her first book. She's got other books, but that was the one that got me started on the path, which is you take a paper bag or a plastic bag. My vote would be a kitchen bag because it holds a lot. And you run through your house. You set a timer for 10 minutes. You run through your house grabbing all the things you think. I no longer need this, I'm going to gift it. I no longer need this, I'm going to gift it. I no longer need this. And when you have a bag full, you take it out, you put it in the trunk of your car. Why? Because if you stop and you look through the bag again, what are you going to do? You're going to start taking things out, aren't you? So you put them all in the bag, you put the bag in the car, and then you drop it off. You could do this multiple days in a row also and see how much stuff you can clear. You can walk through your house. This one I like to do. Ask the stuff in a particular room. So like I could stand in the door of the library here. I could look around and I could go, okay, what of you items are ready to offer yourself up to be moved along the path to the next person? What of you items are ready to bless another person? And see what catches my eye. And those can go. First thing I see as I look this direction is within my view are 3 lamps. 3 lamps. Does one need 3 lamps in one corner? Probably not. And there's one lamp of which I am particularly fond. It was one that my dad had gotten from oh good, I'm glad you like that one. Let us know your results. That'd be awesome. Was a lamp my dad had gotten from a businessman when my parents were younger. Good morning, Mary, glad you're here. When my parents were younger, we needed more income. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. There were 3 of us who were little all at once, and so my dad did odd jobs. So he mowed a lot of lawns, painted a lot of houses, mainly for the doctors in the area, and he also, because word of mouth spreads. When you're a good worker, word of mouth spreads. He also worked for a businessman, and this businessman, I don't know if he was moving or what the deal was, but he parted with a lot of really cool stuff that he had collected over the years. So this particular lamp is a brass lamp that has like a nymph on it with wings. It's really cool. And then the shade is like a paper shade with leaves kind of punched out so that the light reflects out when it's turned on. I've loved that lamp forever. We unearthed it recently down in the basement as we were cleaning out other stuff. So that is the lamp I'd like to use. And these other 2 could go. We actually sold a lamp at the rummage sale this weekend. Usually lamps don't go all that well, but it was one that had feathers on the shade. It was kind of a funky lamp, so some young woman decided she needed that feather lamp, so off that one went. We've got a series of these really cool ones. I don't know what era they're from. If I had to guess, I'd say the 30s or 40s, but they're a ruby red it's porcelain, and then there's a white medallion in the middle, heavily decorated, and then there's like scenes from colonial times on those lamps. It's 4 different lamps. I'm sure my mother bought them at various times. They don't matchy. One has a brass base, one has a a shade with a ruffle around it. They're all different, but they hold together because they're all that same style of lamp. And I just thought it'd be cool if someone had a new apartment that they were decorating and they loved that style, that they could have all those 4 lamps in that particular room. So, especially if there's no overhead lighting, because in the older homes, they didn't, in a lot of cases, put overhead lighting in a lot of rooms. Like this library has no overhead light. So, cool stuff, lots to think about. And again, thinking about creating simplicity by blessing these excess things on their way. Letting them tell me what's ready to go, what's ready to go. Load up the car, take it. I like taking stuff to the restore because I've got a lot of architectural sorts of things. I've got these really cool, these I won't ever get rid of, but my grandparents, my maternal grandparents' barn was taken down by a tornado. And there were all these splintered sections that have the wooden dowels in them. That's how they put the barn together hundreds of years ago, a couple hundred years ago. And so I kept some chunks of that because I just thought, and the rough hewn boards, logs that were just huge. Hard to find trees like that anymore because we cut them all down. So yeah, cool stuff. So that is what your soul wants you to know today. Take one piece, run with it. One piece, that's it. Thank you for the coffee, Mary. Much appreciated. So have an awesome Monday, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are, including slowly over time creating simplicity in your life. Bye-bye.